Hello children, let us discuss chapter 6, Rise of Jainism and Buddhism. In this chapter, you are going to learn the background of the rise of Jainism and Buddhism, the principles of Jainism and the spread of Jainism. In the second video, we shall study about Buddhism. Now, as you know, India is a land of many cultures and religions. And the diverse culture is nourished by various religions, isn't it? The Jainism and Buddhism are the two important religions wherein we are going to learn. And they emerged during 6th century BCE in the mid region of river Ganga plains. And Buddha and Mahavira preached peace, non-violence, tolerance and human values, which are the essence of plural cultures. Now let us study the reasons behind the rise of Jainism and Buddhism. By the time of 6th century BCE, Indian society was divided on the basis of Varnas. Brahmin and Kshatriyas were there, and below them were Vaishya and Shudra. So the Brahmins were the priests conducting yajnas and were the heads of all the ceremonies of religious rituals. Who were the head here? Brahmins were considered as the head, whereas the Kshatriyas were the ruling class. Kshatriyas were ruling class and were in the second place in the hierarchy. And they were surviving. How they were surviving? By collecting taxes from the farmers. Though the other two classes, that is Vaishya and Shudras. So Vaishyas were engaged in animal husbandry and business and were also called twice born. The Shudras were considered as the labor class. The fourth Varna is considered as the labor class and were there only as the household laborers and skilled workers. In most of ancient times, the contemporary agricultural practice and the rise of food production played a major role. So, in ancient times, contemporary practices like agriculture and rise of food production played a major role and in the political as well as the religious system. They brought the changes. The same are the reasons for the rise of Jainism and Buddhism. Both Jainism and Buddhism rejected animal sacrifice and advocated non-violence. A new hope became visible to the people. As a result of these things, people got attracted to them. And during this period, during the rise of Jainism and Buddhism, new cities grew like Kausambi, Kushinagar, Varanasi, Vaishali, Rajagruha, Chiranda cities in Bihar came into prominence. They played an important role. Artisans as well as the business people came and settled in these cities. As the cities were born, artisans as well as the business came and settled here. Coins were used as a means of exchange. For the first time, what was used? Coins were used as a means of exchange. The Vaishyas who were placed in the third place in the Varna system commanded no respect from the society. So, the third Varna, that is Vaishyas, were preferred as a third place and they had no respect in the society. In order to escape the limitation enforced by the Vedic religion of their social status, the business class supported Jainism and Buddhism, which rejected Varna system. Why they supported the other religion, social status? So the business class people, that the Vaishya supported Jainism and Buddhism, who rejected the Varna system. The major changes that took place in the political system of the contemporary society also contributed in the rise of new religion. The Janapadas and Mahajanapadas in the river Ganga plains were getting transferred into kinship. And they accepted the philosophy of Buddha and Mahavira, who preached the futility of war and supported non-violence. And the religions of Buddha and Mahavira identified the desire is the main reason for all the human hardships, difficulties. For human difficulties, what is the main reason? The desire. They supported the simple living with accumulation. Without accumulation, too much wealth. And they rejected luxurious life and educated people and moral family life. Instead of Sanskrit, they preached the people in their own languages like Pali and Prakrit. And they offered new path to the people by rejecting the Vedic religion. So they started preaching in the local languages. Now let us study about Jainism. This is how the rise of Jainism and Buddhism came into being. Jainism is one of the very ancient religions, and traditionally Jains believed in existence of 24 Tirthankaras. They had a belief that they had 24 Tirthankara. Rishabha was the first Tirthankara, whereas Parashvanta was the 23rd Tirthankara. Parashvanta was born as a son of King Ashwasena in the 8th century BCE, and it is believed that he renounced all luxurious and indulgence and attained immortality. He renounced society and became a sage or a hermit. He preached 4 principles for a peaceful life. Now let us know which are the 4 principles preached by Parashvanta. That is non-violence, truth, asatya, that is not to steal, aparigraha, not to own property. So these are the 4 principles preached by whom? Parashvanta. The 5th principle of Brahmacharya was taught by Vardhamana, and he was the 24th Tirthankara. Now let us have a study on Vardhamana Mahavira, whose period start from 599 to 527 BCE. Vardhamana was born in Kundala Grama in Vaishali. Where he was born? Kundala Grama in Vaishali, one of the republics. His father was Siddhartha and mother was Trishala Devi. And the king, Siddhartha was the king of Grantika tribe. At the age of 30, Vardhamana set out in search of truth. Mahavira set out in search of truth and renounced his family and house. He left his family and a house. He wandered for 12 years in the quest of truth, and meditated. And he punished his body by fasting. At the age of 42, he achieved enlightenment. Vardhamana controlled his senses and achieved power over comfort and pain. So he controlled all his senses and he achieved power over having comfort of the pain. Due to this achievement, he came to be known as Mahavir and become a Jinnah. So due to this achievement, by controlling all the senses, he was called as what? Mahavir. He was known as Mahavir and became a Jinnah. Jinnah means here, Jinnah was one who had overcome his senses and become victorious. Thus his followers called him as Jains. Mahavira spent 30 years, that is the rest of his life, preaching his knowledge to the people and around the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. So he had spent 30 years to preach the rest of his life to the people, his knowledge. He traveled towards Western India preaching his thoughts, and he attained Nirvana in his 72nd year in Pavapuri of Bihar. Mahavira taught 5 vows and 3 principles of behavior. Like Parashvanta, Mahavira also taught 5 vows and 3 principles of behavior. Thus, latter are called what? 3 Ratnas. The 5 vows are non-violence, truth, asatya, aparigraha and brahmacharya. And what are 3 Ratnas? That is Samyak Gyan, Samyak Darshan, Samyak Charitra. So, three Ratnas as Samyak Gyan, Samyak Darshan, Samyak Charitra. Jainism does not reject the existence of God completely. They won't reject. But it denies the role of God in the daily affairs of people. It places God at a lower level than Jinnah. Jains believed that every animate and inanimate thing possesses a soul. They had believed that every animate and inanimate thing possesses a soul, and they believe that is the only one through purification of the soul. How they believe? That is only through the purification of soul that one can achieve freedom from rebirth and attain nirvana. Purification is possible through meditation. Purification is possible through how? Meditation, fasting, punishment of body, and thereby destruction of the body. This process is known as Sallekana. So, what is Sallekana? So, purification through meditation, fasting, punishment of the body, and destruction of body, and this process is known as Sallekana. The concept of karma is a very important aspect of Jainism, and according to this, a human being can attain salvation only through good and holy acts. To attain enlightenment, the soul had to achieve freedom from the bondage of the body. And traditionally, we get to see two important sects among Jainism. They are called as Shvetambara and Digambaras. And who are Shvetambaras? Those saints and their followers who wear white clothes are called as Shvetambaras. Whereas those saints and their followers who do not wear any clothes are called as Digambaras. After the first Jain council, the preachings of Mahavir were compiled in 2 volumes. So, after the Jain council, preachings of Mahavir was compiled, written in how many volumes? 12 volumes. These were called 12 Angas by Jains. The 12 volumes were called as Angas, 12 Angas by Jains, and they were written in Prakrit language. Very early, a group of Jains migrated to the south due to the famine in Bihar. So, they migrated due to famine and settled down at Shravanabelagola. And thus, even Jainism spread and many works were written in Kannada, Telugu and Tamil languages. So, as the religion spreaded, they had written many works in Kannada, Telugu and Tamil languages. And you can see the famous Kannada poets like Pampa, Ranna, Janna and Ponna were also belong to Jainism. So, this is about Jainism's children. So, in the next video, we shall study about Buddhism. Thank you.